Hey, I'm Casey with Uncapped Life, and welcome to the channel. The purpose of this channel is to help you take the lid off of life, to live your best life, the life that God has intended for you, through faith, finance, and fortitude. Today I want to talk to you about the power of the tongue, how this tiny part of our body can be so impactful on us and the ones around us. Proverbs 18 says that the tongue has the power of life and death. And usually when I would read this statement, I wouldn't take it literally, like someone can kill you with their tongue. But I came across a study that was done. And this study focused on the power of the tongue. How do our words impact us? And how do words impact other things? And in this study, they took two plants. The plants were grown in the same conditions, same level of light, same temperature, same feeding conditions. Everything was the same, except they spoke words to the plants. And as you can imagine, one plant they spoke negatively to, and the other plant they spoke positive. And what they discovered at the end of the study is that the plant that they spoke positive to, it flourished, it grew, it was strong. And the plant that they spoke negative words to, it was droopy, it was weak, it was almost about to die. The Bible tells us how in the beginning God created the heaven and the earth, and how the earth was formless, it was dark, it was completely nothing here. But he spoke, speaking life into existence. And this is how I can kind of picture God speaking. Let there be light. 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 And then there was light. Side note, God can always bring light to a dark situation. So if you're going through something, or whatever you're going through, or if you're about to go through something, or if you find yourself going through something, just know that God can always bring light to a dark situation. And then after he created the earth, he created the skies and the waters and the animals and the people, all with the authority of his words. The same authority that he's given you and me, which lets me know that our words have power, they have meaning, our words have purpose. So how do we use our words to our benefit? This authority of our words that we've been given from God. You see, we've been given this power that we must use. And the question is, how do we use it? I have a verse that I want to read to you that shows you how we can use our words to our benefit, for the benefit of others, to empower us, to empower others, to lift others up. Because our words, they have power, they have meaning, and they have purpose. So this is the verse that I want to read to you. Ephesians 4:29. It says, "Do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building others up according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen." And this verse, it talks about building others up. It talks about letting others hear your words so they can benefit off them, which I think that our words do benefit others. We can either tear people up with our words, or we can build them up. But I think it's important to also note that this verse isn't just about other people, because others hear your words, but you hear your words as well. You hear the words that come out of your mouth more than anyone else hears them. So it's important to lift ourselves up as well as others. It's important to build ourselves up, to speak positive words to ourselves, because most of the time it's just you against you. You're in the mirror, you're looking to yourself, you're hearing yourself every single day, all throughout the day. And if you're speaking negatively to yourself, then you're only tearing yourself down. And so we must learn to speak positive words to ourselves. That's why affirmations are so important. Webster defines the affirmation as a positive assertion. So we must assert positivity into our lives. We have to affirm who we are. We have to speak words into existence, just like God has given us that authority. He's given us that power. Do y'all want to know my affirmation? First affirmation I have, it's not really biblical, and it's really me building myself up, like building myself up because I have to do it. I love animals. And one of my favorite animals is the lion, because the lion is the king of the jungle. He is fierce. He's ferocious. Can't nobody tell the lion what to do. And he runs the show. And so one of my affirmations when I'm feeling down or when I need a little positive pick me up, I tell myself that I'm a lion. And then I do a little roar, JK. Second affirmation that I read to myself when I really need this is I say to myself that God has created me in his image. He put me as the head and not the tail. He created me with a purpose in mind, and I will carry out that purpose. I live an abundant life and use my abundance to share with others. I will live a blessed life. And we have to do that. We have to speak positivity in our lives. We have to remind ourselves of who we are and what we were created to do. We must remind ourselves of whose we are. We're a child of God. And so that alone in itself is an affirmation. It's speaking positivity into your life, letting you remember who you are. You are a child of God. Simple as that. And if you can't think of any affirmations that you want to speak to yourself, guess what? The Bible has plenty of them. Here are a few that I personally enjoy. I'm more than a conqueror. Fear does not hold me captive. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. He who is in me is greater than he who is in the world. I have everything I need to flourish. And write out your affirmation. It can be one of the ones that I just showed you from the Bible, or you can write out your own affirmation. But you must speak life into yourselves. You must speak life into the people around you. You must. Because your tongue, that tiny little muscle, that tiny part of your body, it has so much power. Literally, life and death. And you want to make sure that you're speaking life into your world.